There's a couch out in the middle of a field at the edge of town where I live, and all the neighborhood kids go out there to waste their time. Generation after generation of high school slackers, stoners, punks, and skaters go out there by the crusty, mustard yellow couch to meet girls and boys from other schools, to share drugs and trade spit, to tell stories of the bullies and the jocks, make fun of the popular assholes. They swap phone numbers, they swap girlfriends and boyfriends, and every once in a while, a fight will break out. For years, I've watched them through a hole in the fence in my backyard. I know some of their names. I know some of their secrets. I've kept tabs the best I could. All the little love triangles and the soap operas and the drama. I know who's in the closet. I've seen boys fuck their girlfriends on that couch in the afternoon, and then they're out there sucking their buddy's cock later that evening. I've masturbated quietly against the fence probably 100 times. A tradition started a few years ago where the kids whose senior year was ending would write their names and the numbers representing the year of their class with permanent felt-tip markers on the arms and cushions of the couch. I don't know who started the ritual, but it's been going on so long that there isn't much space left for autographs. The letters and scribbles and memories stand up to a few seasons before they start to fade away. It's been so many years now that I've watched the kids come to the couch in the first few days of their freshman year, see them start doing drugs and fucking and fighting, then graduate and move on to whatever it is they move on to: prison, boring desk jobs, early graves, marriage, and kids of their own. I didn't know where they'd go after the couch, but I really enjoy keeping up with them while I can. It's kind of like watching television, except less stuff happens. But when stuff does happen, since it's real, it's way more interesting. Watching real stuff happen through a hole in a fence, it's much better than watching fake stuff happen through a screen. When I first started watching, I just stood there in my yard, sometimes for hours, with my hand cupped at my temple, my left eye squeezed shut, my legs straining to keep me up on the tips of my toes. I'd get really tired, or I'd get hungry, but I'd have trouble pulling myself away from the fence. The worst part was when I'd feel a sneeze coming on or a dry tickle in the back of my throat. I learned to suppress coughs and sneezes by researching on military websites and sniper vets' message boards, field handbooks I found at estate sales. Discipline. I find it fascinating how much control these snipers have over their bodily functions, nestled in the spot for days. And that was me too. I was disciplined. Before long, the couch became my biggest obsession, and I started to care more and more for each year's fresh batch of kids. There's something special, something so satisfying about caring for people who don't even know you exist. I've been concerned for them, I've cried for them, I've cried with them, and I've gone along with them, laughing with them and being proud of them. I've lost jobs for these kids. I've sacrificed some important relationships for these kids. They never know it, but we have a deal. As long as they came out to the couch, I'd come out to the fence. I'm not crazy, you know. I'm not dumb enough to think what I do is normal. I can see how some people could think that what I do is sick or wrong or maybe even illegal. But one thing I have realized, watching the couch for so long, is that so-called real relationships are a lot more difficult to maintain than my relationship with the kids. I figure, why fuss with the dialogue when a monologue is half the trouble? Some people collect stamps or Star Wars toys. cooped up all their lives in their dark houses with video games, all alone making love to pictures on the internet. That's what some people love. They love what they love, and I love what I love. I love watching the couch and keeping up with my friends. Say what you want about it, but these kids never judge me. I feel safe with them. I've had so many moments in my shed, I could probably write a whole book or a movie or something about all the adventures and the drama. But one of the greatest moments that sticks out in my mind happened just a couple of months ago. It was a bright, beautiful morning, and the earliest of the early birds arrived and lit their cigarettes. And when they sat down on the couch, they were horrified to find huge, sticky stains on the cushions. Thick pools of dark stuff, almost black. Someone choked on a laugh, saying it looked like blood or something, but no, there was way too much of it to be real, right? One of the boys, my second least favorite, dropped his cigarette when his mouth flopped open and his lower lip trembled when it occurred to him. It's blood, you guys. Holy shit, this is blood. Everyone else was gagging and yelling. Then they all ran back to the school to tell somebody. I loved watching them and knowing them better than some of them knew themselves. Watching groups of them growing up and getting it all figured out, then going away. I loved so much about watching them and loving them and hating them. But most of all, I loved being the only person who knew what happened on the couch.